review for Basketball Wives episode number 5. So let's get to the show. Okay, you guys, so first Shani gets together with Evelyn and Tammy so she can get caught up on what's going on with the girls. Tammy has to gloat about how the meeting went with Kesha when she, basically ripped Kesha a new butthole over the fact that she went to Evelyn about how she felt about Tammy asking her if she was white instead of her. They start talking about how they're not really sure how they feel about Kenya yet. They're just like, we don't really know what her angle is, like where she's coming from. We have to sniff out the lies. I think that's what Tammy said. And I was thinking to myself, like, maybe this is my own naivete. But you guys tell me, if when you meet somebody new, do you automatically assume that they want something from you? When I meet a new person, I just feel like I'm meeting that person. I don't feel like there is an ulterior motive. And I don't know if, do you guys normally feel that way? Oh my God, my friends are calling me and they know I'm doing videos. Hello? Simone! Stop calling me. Hello? Because I'm trying to do my video and you just keep on calling. So what do you guys think? Am I moving along blindly in my life? Should I expect women when I meet other women? I'm not talking about other men, because obviously when you meet men, or when you meet the opposite sex, sometimes there is an ulterior motive. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you meet, as a woman, meet another woman just in a regular setting, do you feel like they want something out of you? I know that Kesha and Kenya want to fit in with this group of girls. They're the new girls and they want to fit in. So I don't know what else they would want from Tammy and Evelyn other than to be accepted into the fold. So I don't know. You guys just tell me that. Somebody told me, I was talking to a friend earlier today, and they said that I was like a guppy in a pond full of sharks. Now, I'm not stupid. I give people the benefit of the doubt until you prove yourself differently. So if I feel like in the long run you are trying to get something out of me, then I definitely know how to pull back. But when I first meet somebody, I just don't think that they want something from me. But y'all know that's just me. Anyway, Shani is having her birthday dinner. She's letting the girls know that she's inviting everybody. So, that means all the new girls. That means Jen, everybody. And, Evelyn is like, oh, Lord, you going to have a dinner. Is it going to be drinks there? I can't have more than 2 drinks, And Tammy is just there basically smiling like, it's just these two. Like, you already know you're going to create a scene. You already know that you're going to be drinking. I mean, you just basically told us that you're going to act a fool there because Jen is there. And Tammy knows it. So that's why she's smiling like, I just want to be right there in the front so I can see. Front and center. And Shani knows too. Later on, Shani meets up with Jen to let her basically know the same thing. That she is having this birthday dinner. And that she's inviting everybody, including Jen, to the party. She knows the issues with Evelyn. She doesn't want Jen to feel uncomfortable, but she would really like for her to be there. And, Jen is like, oh my God, do I need to wear a bulletproof vest? I was just like, girl, you best to forget about that bulletproof vest. These girls into contact sports. Shit, you best to learn karate. Do the windmill. Y'all remember the windmill when y'all was younger? You'd be like this. Y'all can tell I don't know how to fight, huh? But while they're out, they get to talking about Jen's new attitude. Shani says the same thing that Tammy said. Earlier in the show, Tammy goes to Jen's house to talk to her about her feelings being hurt about not being invited to the Lucid event. And you got to give it to Tammy. I mean, I was like glad that she went to her because it was starting to get to be like this back and forth. She didn't invite me. She invited me, blah, 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 blah. And so when Tammy went to her house, I was like, well, at least Tammy does go to the person. I think that if Tammy considers you a friend, then she is good to her friends in that sense. If she don't like you, then you know how that turns out. And Jen, I have to say that it sounded like when they spoke that it sounded like she didn't really invite them. And she was just like, oh my God, I didn't invite you? Oh my God, I thought I did. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, does Shani feel like that too? It's just like, Jen, I don't know. I just wish she would just kind of have said, girl, I mean, it's so much stuff going on with me and Evelyn. I'm starting to feel like I don't really know who is on my team and who's not, and I just don't want to have the drama. Like, if people would just be a little bit more mature about things, like, they could get past so much. I mean, it was good that Tammy went there and said that to her, and I didn't like Jen's response. Like, either you invited them or you didn't. Either you know you did or you, I mean, you know you, if you didn't invite them, you know you didn't invite them. Shawnee brings up the same thing, like, you know, it's just something about this new Jen that we're not used to. You know, even when we were all out at the dinner that night or having drinks, and you just kind of went back at, you know, threw it back at Evelyn, we just not used to seeing that from you. And I am tired of Jen having to explain where she is in her life right now. Like, we all know she got her divorce. Why do you have to keep making this excuse that, okay, yeah, I'm single now. I got new friends. I got people that I do things with, you know, here and there. I shouldn't have to just always hang with you guys. I shouldn't be having to be accountable to you guys for what I want to do in my life. So I'm tired of Jen having to give that speech. I'm tired of them all saying, we're not used to this new Jen. Well, get fucking used to it. This is the Jen you got now. Kesha invites Susie and Royce up to North Carolina to, you know, see the town that she grew up in and where she came from. And you guys, this was the first time that I actually noticed and heard Kesha's accent, her country accent. I mean, she is very, very country. I don't know how I missed it, but you know how it is sometimes when you get back in your familiar environment that you start to kind of talk the way you used to talk. So I think that's how it was with her. I mean, she had her full country relaxation on. Anyways, they get back to the farm, and you guys, Kesha's family is white. Now, I'm like how Royce said. Now, I understand there's a lot of mixed families, and, you know, somebody, your cousin married somebody white, or your uncle got a white wife, and I mean, I know all that, but when I tell you her family is white, everybody white. It's like they just keep on coming out the damn house like the clowns do the little taxi. And I'm talking about white, like white, blonde hair, blue eyes, white. I don't know what I was expecting, but I just wasn't expecting it to be quite like that. But, you know, they were cool. I was going to say they good white people. I mean, you know, they were nice. They didn't make anybody seem uncomfortable. But, yeah, I wasn't expecting, I mean, they white. And y'all was looking at Kesha. I was like, now that is a real fair heifer. Like, I can tell she's biracial, but she is like real fair. She looked like the type that'll burn real easily in the sun. I think that her black hair, and then she wears black eyeliner, I think it's just too harsh for her light skin. I want her to lighten it up a little bit. She need like some light browns, and, you know, she need to throw some golds and some coppers and stuff and warm up that face a little bit, because she almost looked raw, almost like powder. Y'all remember that movie? She gonna get zapped up by the lightning bolt. And so she was there, and she was just telling them how she grew up and how it was difficult being, you know, the biracial girl and blah 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 blah. I'm not unsympathetic to the issues of being biracial. It's just that I hope they're not gonna make this whole season be about that. Like, we get it. It was rough growing up biracial. You lived in a town where clearly everybody is white, and including your family, and you have African American, you know, heritage and descent in you. So yeah, I'm sure it's difficult. I just don't want to keep hearing it every week. While they're there, Royce and Susie get a different perspective of Kesha, and I think that's what they were trying to do for us who were watching. It was just something to soften up the edges of Kesha. And while they're there, Royce is just like, oh, I'm gonna talk to Tammy, because, you know, Tammy is my girl, and, you know, we got a friendship, and normally she will listen to reason, and I'm just gonna point out to her, like, really try to explain to her how you felt about that issue. And I was just like, Royce, honey, I can tell you right now, the shit is not changing. You too low on the totem pole to even Tammy to even be paying attention to you. Yeah, that's your homegirl and everything, but if it was coming from Shawnee, it would be different. So she meets with Tammy. And like I said, Tammy was just like, I don't give a fuck. You know, ain't nobody gave a fuck about me, so I don't give a fuck. Okay, you guys, so it's the birthday dinner and everybody is there. Did you guys peep out that Shawnee's boy toy was there? The little young guy that she's dating? He's a cute guy. He's small, though. He's a whole lot thinner than I was expecting him to be. I don't know. She looks like she's dating somebody that's like a teen or something. But girl, do what you gotta do, honey. Now, on first look, when I look at the room, I was just like, okay, this is definitely ripe for a fight. I mean, the room was like just this open space. you know, of long tables set up basically. And I was like, is that even a real restaurant? Shit, that shit looked like a damn, you know, dining hall C. Shawnee gets up to say her speeches, basically that she's, you know, grateful that everybody's there and that they've been there, you know, friends and through thick and thin through the show. And, you know, she just basically gives her thank yous for everybody being there. And then the whole night just gets weird, because then Kenya, now y'all know Kenya's a new girl, and it's just like, what Kenya got to really say other than just sit there and eat her food? Kenya gets up and she got a speech. You know, it was like everybody's looking like you got a speech. Is that uncomfortable feeling? You know how at your church, you know, one of the members, he been there for years and years. He been a drunk for the whole time. He come in there, he be all inappropriate. You know, he stand up in the middle of the sermon, be like, Pastor, I gotta testify. And you don't know if he gonna say something, you know, out of order. And, you know, he just, you be nervous because you don't know what he gonna say. But you be kind of sniggling under your breath because you already know that it's fixing to be some damn comedy. Well, it was the same with Kenya. Everybody's looking like, what? Y'all, she get up there and it's some foolishness. I mean, I guess I know what she was trying to say. It was just not the time or the place. Girl, just get over yourself. Then everybody's going around the table, and I assume that everybody's going around the table and just saying their thank yous and all of this. So Evelyn gets up and she's, you know, saying how she's so grateful to Shawnee and how she's turned her life around and how, you know, she's been a loyal friend. And, you know, Evelyn is just crying and, you know, she's just like, because I'm that bitch. Really? You that bitch? Is that what you say in a heartfelt speech to somebody, the birthday girl? I was like, Lord have mercy. So then after Evelyn says her thing, then Jen stands up. And I don't know. From what Evelyn says, Jen's speech was all about her, but the way it was edited, we didn't get to hear what she said. They didn't show what it was that Jen said, but, you know, she said whatever she said to Shawnee too. And sits on back down. So you think that's it, right? Well, then, you know, everybody's just kind of sitting there and, you know, Susie's just like, yeah, you know, we our bank accounts thank you to Shawnee. You know, everybody gets a good little laugh out of that because, you know, Susie is good for a little chuckle every now and then. And then the stupid bitch gonna say, yeah, you know, no more food stamps, right, Tammy? Y'all know Tammy is not trying to be talking about no damn food stamps at the goddamn dinner. So, you know, Tammy just automatically is pissed off because it's embarrassing. Like, we all know she was on food stamps, but who brings that up, you know? So Tammy was just like, bitch, don't let me have to be telling all your business up in here. And, you know, Susie is just like, no, I didn't mean it like that. You know, I was trying to say it was between the, you know, it was both of us that we both knew doing better now. It's not just you. I was talking about. Tammy's like, bitch, sit your ass down before I say some shit about you. That shit was so funny to me, you guys. I'm telling you, I laughed and laughed and laughed about it. One, because it just shows the stupidity of Susie and all the dumb things that you can always count on her saying something stupid. But the other reason why I was laughing is because it just brought back what we've been trying to say this whole time, Tammy. You could act however you want to act, but the fact of the matter was that you was on food stamps and you came on here broke and busted and disgusted. And I'm not saying that that's bad because, you know, we all fall on hard times. The thing is that Tammy has chosen to forget that, even though she was like, I'll never forget. But it seemed like it took maybe that little moment right there to remind her. And then, y'all, it's like a ping pong match because now here come Evelyn again, and now she wants to say another speech. It's like, I got another speech, y'all. And, you know, everybody's drunk, like I said, so she gets up and she's like, I just want to say thank you, Shawnee, for being a loyal friend and, you know, not talking about people all over the blogs. Here we go. So after she finishes all her ridiculousness, then here comes Jen and add to that, she's not disrespectful. And Evelyn was like, excuse me, what you say? And she was just like, add to that she's not disrespectful. And you guys, now this is the thing. See, with this new Jen, nobody is used to Jen speaking up because the old Jen wouldn't have said nothing. She would have just let that pass and just let it be. But the fact that Jen spoke up, Evelyn couldn't handle that. Evelyn was like, what you say, bitch? You don't want me to come down there, do you? And you know Shawnee was like, no. She don't want you to come down here. And then the shit just goes crazy. I mean, you know, Evelyn jumps up and she's yelling at Jen. And, you know, Jen is sitting there like, I'm too good for this. And I was thinking to myself, like, Jen, bitch, you best to duck because Evelyn is real close to you. And I know you trying to sit there like you too good for all this. But ain't nothing like getting your ass beat in the middle of the dining hall seat. And, you know, she's like, bitch, you not about this life. Bitch, you're not about this life. And I was like, what fucking life is she talking about? I thought, I'm marrying an athlete who can give me everything I want in life but faithfulness. But that's okay, because as long as I pick out the girl and I approve of her, then it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong. And in return, I'm gonna get all the shit that I want. I'm probably gonna be lonely every now and then, but that shit's all right. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Okay, right, Evelyn, she ain't about that life. She was about that life, but she's over that life. So, you know, after Evelyn hits her in the head with the clutch and everybody comes around her and is pulling her out of the room and everything, and you know, Jen is just sitting there just like just disgusted with the whole night. I was just kind of thinking to myself that I was embarrassed for all of them. All right, you guys, so that's it. You guys remember to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. The channel is itsrox. I'm itsrox. Everything else that I am involved in will be in the bottom bar below, okay? So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.